Hello everyone, welcome to the channel update for September. I hope everyone's August went well. Let's go ahead and just dive right into what's going on the channel. Last month saw a couple new Let's Plays start. Peglin, a very fun pachinko roguelike RPG. I guess it's an RPG. A roguelike game, we'll go with that. It's a lot of fun. It really, really is. I highly recommend it. It is still in early access. I've recorded what I'm going to record for now, so that'll be wrapping up pretty soon. And we may return to it as they add some new things. They're working on adding actual character classes to it. So that'll be interesting once that comes out. But for now, it'll be wrapping up in a few days, and we'll be moving on to something else. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition has also started on the channel. I am having tons of fun playing that. I've been wanting to play it for a very long time, given that it is by the people who made Xenogears and Xenosaga, and has some spiritual elements from those games. But very much looking forward to getting through that game, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching it as well. Raft is currently on hiatus. Unfortunately, John the Bard got pretty busy, and we haven't been able to record. And as I understand it, we may not be able to record for the near future. But as soon as we can, we'll try to get back to that. So, sorry about that. You know, just one of those things that happens. It was definitely a lot of fun to play with him, but you know, things come up. It's nothing like illness or anything like that. He just got busy with you know, non-LP related stuff in his life. 46 Okunin Monogatari, 46 million year, 4.6 billion year story. Sorry. AKA the game that was ported to the SNES as Evo: The Theory of Evolution, or no, the Evo: The Search for Gaia. Yeah, I cannot, I can't keep straight all of the names for these two games. Anyway, that's going up on Zerfall's channel, playing with him. That is tons of fun. Having lots of fun eating our way through the Precambrian and Cambrian life forms. Just getting into like the Triassic, the Mesozoic stuff in our recordings, which is tons of fun. Super Robot Wars 30 has wrapped up. There is extra post-game stuff to do. I'm not currently going to do that. I may come back to that, but it's 154 episodes of episodes that were chopped up from these streams, mostly 4, sometimes 3 episodes per stream. That game is really, really long, and it kind of needed to be put to bed a lot earlier. So I'm very glad that it is done. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. But, you know, you are getting into a lengthy game if you are doing everything. On the other hand, sometimes it's fun to just play a thing and then when you're done playing a thing, be done with it. So, you know, there's that. Lego building's still ongoing. We have gotten started on Fridays on the Lion Knight's Castle, which is already 2 sessions in. Tons and tons of fun. I really am loving building this, and I am looking forward to the finished model. Minecraft's still going on Fridays, and retro streams still going on Wednesdays. This past Wednesday, yesterday, we played Populous for the SNES. I have not quite decided whether I'm going to return to that next Wednesday or not, or if we'll move on to something else. I definitely have no idea what's going on, and it is a little bit of a slow game, but it is still an interesting game. And of course, Saturday sees the continuing adventures of the Company of the Broken Sword in our Spelljammer campaign. So do come check that out. Obviously, we are playing 2nd edition, not the new 5th edition Spelljammer. Um, if you want my thoughts on that, join the Discord, link in the description below, or check out some of the LEGO building streams, or come out to my LEGO building streams, which tends to be a good time to just shoot the breeze about a wide variety of things, both LEGO and non-LEGO related. Uh, it's a good time to just kind of chat. Which, considering that Twitch doesn't have a Lego building category, it does have to be just chatting as the category. But that is what's going on the channel. However, there is a poll. If you go over to the community tab, and of course I will put a link in the description below directly to the poll. But here on YouTube, I have taken the top 5 votes from the Patreon poll. I ran first a solicitation, then a poll to narrow down the choices for the upcoming 2022 Patron's Choice Let's Play. So we had a ton of nominations. I think it was over 20 this year. Really makes me wish that I had the option of doing ranked choice voting on both here on YouTube and on Patreon. I don't know why they don't have that option, but you know. So given that lack, we're just doing a straight normal first past the post. And I did actually have to use 2 tiebreakers this year. Sometimes I have to use them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's very clear what the top 5 are, but we had the top 3 were clear, and then we had a 4-way tie for the 4th and 5th position. So I had to choose 2 of those using my own vote. I can vote in my own poll, and I reserve that only. I only do that if I need to break ties like that. So, the choices are... we've got Azure Dreams for the PlayStation 1, Gabriel Knight 1, Sins of the Father. This is super early, there's only 19 votes. I would ignore these percentages for now. We're going to get upwards of a few hundred votes, so these numbers are going to change. Don't worry about what these are. Azure Dreams for the PlayStation 1, Gabriel Knight 1, Sins of the Father, Grandia 2, Grim Fandango, and Parasite Eve. Those are the choices. So head on over to the community tab or follow the link in the description below and get your get your vote in, make your voice heard, and have an opportunity to decide what I play upcoming on the channel. So, interestingly enough, 3 of these would be good Let's Plays for, like, October. Gabriel Knight 1, Grim Fandango, and Parasite Eve. All 3 of those would work pretty well for that. So, if one of those won, I probably would do that as kind of like an October Let's Play sort of thing. But the voting goes through September 10th, so go ahead and get your votes in and decide on what will be showing up on the channel soon. Whether they will be bonus Let's Plays or just following up something that's currently on the channel is basically just going to depend on what wins and how I want to do it. So it could take a little while, like if I decide to have it follow up Xenoblade Chronicles, which has just started and I know is fairly long. That might be a little ways off, or I might just do it as a bonus thing. So we'll see. But get your vote in, and we'll see what I play for the channel when the voting closes on September 10th. And that's basically just whenever I wake up on September 10th is going to be my cutoff, and I will post another note here on the community tab and on Discord and stuff like that. Um, so and do go ahead and make your voice heard, and keep an eye out for the announcement of what the winner is on that day. There is no actual way to close a poll on YouTube. Like, I could set an end time on Patreon, where after that it's just closed, no more votes can come in. Here on YouTube, I'm sure if you go to this community tab and you scroll down through and find Patron's Choice from like 2 years ago, you can still vote. So, I don't know why you can't do that, but I also don't know why they don't do ranked choice voting, but, you know. It's harder, it's more processing power, but it's pretty easy to do it on something like this. It's fine. So, anyway, so for now, ignore these numbers. These are going to change. There's only 19 votes in. We're gonna get a lot more than that. So that's what's going on the channel. We do have something new to replace Peglin soon. That will be in a few days, less than a week, I think. What is it? 18 came out. Yeah, just less than a week. So do stay tuned for that. Xenoblade Chronicles, of course, is going for quite a while. Also, I was quite amused when I realized that both Xenoblade Chronicles and Peglin started on the exact same day, so each day is the exact same number. It's not often that actually happens. So that kind of thing just always amuses me. Anyway, that's it for what's going on the channel. I really do feel like there was something I was going to mention else, and it's probably going to just, not be something that I mention, because I am not thinking of what it is. But, yeah. Anyway, if you are enjoying the content, there's a number of ways that you can support the channel, and they are very important. Number one, you can support directly, ensure that I can continue to feed myself and make these wonderful Let's Plays that you are enjoying so much by supporting me on Patreon. Links are everywhere. You can go over, support me on Patreon, choose a support level, that sort of thing. You can join the channel here on YouTube. And you can subscribe to me on Twitch. All of those ways is direct financial support to me to help support the channel. You can also give me bits on with cheering on Twitch. That also works. If you have Amazon Prime, you can sign up for Twitch Prime for free. And once a month, you get a free subscription that you can give to any streamer of your choice. So if you have Amazon Prime and you haven't signed up for Twitch Prime, you should really do so. That's basically $2.50 that some streamer, myself or another streamer that you enjoy, could be getting at no extra cost to you. So I highly recommend that if you have Amazon Prime, sign up for Twitch Prime and just once a month. Make sure that you're subscribing to someone on Twitch so that they are getting that free sub, and it is supporting them, whether it be me or another streamer. Please do so. It really does help. Amazon puts that out there as something that you can do, so you might as well do it. Go ahead and for free to you. Obviously, you're paying for Amazon Prime, but obviously, if you're paying for Amazon Prime, you're paying for it for other reasons. But go ahead and take just a tiny, tiny, tiny portion of Jeff Bezos' money and give it to a streamer. He doesn't need it anyway. He could basically he could support so many streamers just by tossing money out of his pocket, and never even notice that it's gone. So just a little bit of his money. Send it to my way or another streamer's way. All of those ways, of course, you can also do one-time support through Ko-fi. All of those are great ways to support the channel directly. If you cannot support one of those ways, make sure that you are at least subscribed to the channel, liking the videos that come out, watching them fully, and if you feel so inclined, to leave a comment. All of those things really do help kind of push the material that I produce further up in the search ranks, so that more people come in and there's more ad revenue, there's more chances for people to subscribe to me on Patreon, support me on Patreon, join the channel here, subscribe to me on Twitch, all of those things. So please do make sure you're at least doing those things on the videos. Liking them, watching them, and if you feel so inclined, leaving a comment. I do read all the comments, and I do try to respond to many of them, especially if they are like either complimentary or asking questions or something like that. So please do so that the videos can get out to more people and more people can come in. I would very much appreciate that. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the channel. For those who have been following me for quite a while and have been watching these updates, you know that every month I do put out a Dungeons & Dragons Deity, a write-up for 2nd edition. The material that I write can apply to many different editions as well, so even if you don't play 2nd edition, if you play 5th edition, as most people probably do now, there's still good information in my write-ups for you. So do check them out if you're looking for more to do with deities in your campaign. The deity this month is Keptolo, the Eager Consort. He is a drow deity that I found in a 3rd edition Dragon magazine, 298, and other than, he had connections to the drow deity Zinzarina, who I am also planning to write up, who is from 2nd edition, and he really didn't have any connections or contradictions with anything else. So he seemed like a good one to add. Plus, he is a deity for males within Lolth's society, where Veron is a deity for male drow, but kind of not within Lolth's society. So, and Selvatarm does work, but is very, very specific on the type, putting Keptolo in gives a bit more variety and a bit more that you can do with male drow in the matriarchal society of drow that worship Lolth. So I liked that. I thought it worked out pretty well, and I had some interesting ideas to do, so I brought it back from 3rd edition to 2nd edition. I don't usually do that because a lot of times there's contradictions. I'll probably be talking about that when I do another deity coming up that is actually from 1st edition. That kind of got replaced in 3rd edition and then brought back, but as something else, and it was just easier for me to stick with the 1st and 2nd edition stuff. So, but he was basically isolated, and I'm always a fan of expanding out the demi-human pantheons. Well, really any pantheon that I can, if I can expand upon it. So check it out. I will, of course, include a link in the description below. That's basically it for the monthly update. There are still a handful of primaries going on here in the United States, so make sure that you're registered and vote on Election Day. And, of course, we do have our main general election, midterm general election coming up in November, so make sure that you are registered and prepared to vote in that. Voting very much is it is oftentimes seen as a privilege. It shouldn't be. It should be seen as an obligation. It is the way that you shape the government of the country. And in a democracy, it is very much the number one most important thing that you can do in the country. It is something that you should be expected to do. And if I had my way, we would go with what Australia has and have mandatory voting. But that's something for another day. But please do make sure that you're registered in your locality and have a plan for voting, whether you're going to do early voting, vote by mail, or in-person voting on Election Day. Make sure you have a plan for that and get your votes in. Thank you very much. I want to thank everyone for all the support that you guys have been giving me. It has been fantastic, and I really do appreciate it. The names of Patreon supporters are scrolling by on the bottom. Slightly larger font this time because I did have to upgrade my computer. And by upgrade, I mean blow away the primary partition and install a fresh install of Windows 10. It would not let me upgrade my Windows 7. It also wouldn't let me install Windows 10 on the on that drive, even after I blew away everything and reformatted it. Which, let me tell you, when it didn't reinstall, I was like, oh crap. But it turns out it didn't like there being extra hard drives plugged in. Excuse me, what? Apparently that's a thing with Windows 10. Some people said that that's something that Windows 7 did too. I have literally never seen that. Ever. And I did that. Like, I installed Windows 7 with multiple hard drives plugged in. I had to unplug them all. Like, it was bizarre. I've never seen that. And the idea that that's just, oh yeah, that's just something that you have to do. Just unplug all your other drives other than the one that you want to install your operating system on. Excuse me, what? That should be considered a bug, and that should be fixed. That is terrible. Oh my lord, that was a fun day. I was up very late that night. Started earlier in the day, getting that done. And the main reason was because I wanted to get a new capture card to record from the Switch. As you've seen, Xenoblade Chronicles is now on the channel. So it is working. I'm very happy with it. I also got a new video card because my old video card was not up to the specs of the capture card. It might have worked, but it was just, like well, whatever. The other one was like 5 years old anyway, so, probably reasonable. I did not get top-of-the-line hardware, but I just needed something that would fit the specs. And I needed to install Windows 10 to do that. The capture card software would not run on Windows 7. I tried just to see, because, I talked about this back with Chrono Cross when the remaster came out, and I have multiple games off of Steam that say they require Windows 10, and they work just fine on Windows 7. Chrono Cross, no, wouldn't work. Now that I have Windows 10, I will probably be circling back around to Chrono Cross at some point in the near future to see whether it works. Obviously, I got it before all of the stuff about the issues with it came out, and of course I couldn't play it anyway, so I didn't pay much attention. I don't know if they've patched any of that stuff. I don't know what's gone on, but I do know that there were a bunch of issues with the game when it came out, which is unfortunate. It really is. I'll double check to see. It may actually work okay. Like, I know that they had it on PS4 and PS5, I think, and maybe Switch. I'll take a look at that too. If there's still issues with the Steam release, I'll look to see if the console versions are better. I got a Switch now. I can easily just play it off that. So I may end up just playing it on the Switch or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that should be back in the cards. And once that didn't work, I was kind of like was very much okay. In the near future, I'm going to need to upgrade anyway because this is probably going to happen more often at this point. It just was annoying for that to happen then. So, but I'm on Windows 10 now. I've had relatively few problems. I've mostly gotten everything set back up, and of course, I backed up all my data anyway, so it was really easy to it was actually really nice that most of it was just copy the settings folder back in after you reinstall the program, and boom, everything is good. With a couple exceptions, I needed to tweak, like needed to tell OBS, for example, no, use the actual default microphone, not the old default microphone. I know it ID changed. Whatever. It's just kind of silly. That's just the way hardware addressing works in Windows. But, yeah, up and running on Windows 10 now. I know Windows 11 is out, and I will probably be just as slow to upgrade to that as I was to upgrade to 10, but I don't know. We'll see. When it comes to my recording machine, it's very much if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? If things are working on Windows 7, don't mess with it. You stick with it. Stick with what you got. Don't mess with it. Unfortunately, then it was like, okay, things do need to be tweaked and changed. Okay, fine, I'll get it upgraded. But yeah, no, that whole thing, like, and maybe if I'd disconnected the other hard drives when I had Windows 7 on, it might have upgraded. I don't know. I suspect that's what kept it from upgrading, but that is just bonkers. I don't know that I've never seen that before. Like I said, people said that it happened under Windows 7. I didn't see it. I installed Windows 7 a lot back when I was still working in IT. So, I don't know. To be fair, I didn't install Windows 7 on that many machines with, like, 6 SATA drives plugged in. But, still... Excuse me, what? Anyway. So, when we come back next month, we'll talk about other new things, I'm sure. It'll be October at that point. Halloween time for those of you who celebrate. Pumpkin spice season, I guess, is the other big thing. But I want to thank you guys for all the support you've been giving me, and I really do appreciate it, and it really does mean a lot to me, and it does allow me to keep making content, keep streaming, keep recording, getting new games, and of course getting new hardware. If you guys weren't supporting me, I wouldn't have been able to get this hardware. So it really does mean a lot to me that you guys are supporting me. Thank you so very much. Regardless of whether you're supporting me on Patreon, Twitch, here on YouTube, or just liking and commenting and stuff like that, and watching the videos. Thank you all, and I hope that your September goes very well. If you're back to school, I'm sorry. See you next time, everyone.